Hello guys, Messenger of Death here, and we are back once again with some more Hogwarts Legacy gameplay. Now, I'm probably going to make this actually a long one, a full-on long episode. Now,
I suppose some introductions are in order.
with this game, it may seem like it's a great idea to automatically just go around and start exploring everywhere.
Helpful?
But I've found that's not the case.
Can I help you? Ah, you're the new 5th year. I'm Sebastian Sallow. Welcome to Slytherin.
Thank you.
Not everyone has a ministry escort to school.
He was a friend of Professor Fig's who merely joined us for the ride.
Still, impressive. Dreadful way to go, poor fellow. Glad you and Fig are all right.
It was dreadful, certainly, but quite an experience nonetheless.
Interesting perspective. How did you and Fig manage to escape?
It's all still a bit of a blur, to be honest.
Didn't mean to press. You just get yourself settled. We can talk more later.
Okay, what were you
What
reading?
book were you reading?
A spell book I picked up. Has a few interesting things, but not exactly what I was looking for. I'm sure you'll find out soon enough. But not every spell you may need can be found in our assigned textbooks.
What do you
Are
mean?
you saying some spells aren't taught at Hogwarts? Which ones?
Seems I may have met a kindred spirit. That is a conversation for another time. It was good meeting you. Good luck today.
Good luck to you too. So, yeah, it's not best to just automatically go exploring. One, you confined to a limited area. I apologise. Ah. So, yeah, you confined to a limited area in these circumstances, and on top of that, you also have limited item space, which is a big issue that plagues this game. And something cool is if you keep attacking this window, the Kraken that is inside of the lake will slam a tentacle on the wall, or on the window, which is fun. In case any of you didn't know.
If you do that,
I found that out by mistake. I was just casting spells for the fun of it around the common room, seeing what I can interact with, or I can do damage to the glass and stuff like that, and I triggered that to happen, which was pretty awesome.
Ugh,
not
yeah.
going
To move there, are you?
Here, watch this.
Don't say I didn't warn you. Checkmate. Told you.
Okay.
You should have listened to me. Ah, I know who you are. You're the new Slytherin, the one who barged in with Professor Fig last night. Interesting tactic on your first day, taking all the attention away from the first years. I'm Imelda, by the way. Shame I wasn't with you in Fig. I could have lured that dragon away. My skills on a broom are legendary.
Is that right? We had it handled.
We handled it. And I think you're underestimating the nature of a dragon. A broom would have been kindling.
Ha! Not the way I fly. Perhaps one of these days I'll show you a thing or two about flying. I can teach you more than Kagawa ever could. Speaking of which, I'd like to get in some time on my broom before classes.
Very well. You seem to know a lot about wizard chess.
Are you a keen wizard chess fan? You knew that boy was going to lose the match.
Not really. Much too sedate a pastime for me. Also, it's simply not that challenging. The moves are always so obvious. Why does no one else see it?
Do you fly a lot?
Do you have a lot of time to fly during school?
I make the time. There's nothing like swerving through the spires of the castle and around the Quidditch pitch to clear the mind.
Well,
Goodbye, Imelda.
Nice meeting you.
you do. Okay.
I think I heard one. Doubt mermaids find us that interesting. Ah, based on all the chatter when you entered the common room, I'm guessing you're the new 5th year. I'm Ominous. Ominous Gaunt.
Nice to meet you, Ominous.
Well, you certainly had a memorable arrival.
I do like to make an entrance.
Well, if I'm going to make my mark here, I had to start right away.
You're definitely in the right house. Do let me know if I can be of any help as you navigate your first days here, though I doubt you'll need it.
Did you suspect you'd be in Slytherin?
Were you expecting to be sorted into Slytherin?
Most certainly. My family on my father's side are direct descendants of Salazar Slytherin, one of the 4 founders of Hogwarts. Not something I'm especially proud of, mind you. He was obsessed with blood status, a pure-blood maniac. Unfortunately, most of his descendants do not fall far from that tree.
I see. Do mermaids often appear outside the common room?
Did that student say he thought he heard a mermaid?
Yes, but I've never heard of a mermaid showing up outside our common room window. It is fun to play along, though. Been known to keep some first years on the lookout for hours.
Thank you, Ominous. Very nice to meet you.
Pleasure was all mine. Don't be a stranger.
Okay.
Is the new 5th year Slytherin in here? Professor Weasley's waiting for you just by the stairs.
Okay. So for now, I'm pretty much going to just stick to the main story for the most part. Because it'd be wise, that's why. No interaction with that one? Okay.
Good morning. I trust you're ready for your first day at Hogwarts?
I've been dreaming of this day for a long time. Can't believe I'm here.
Well, you are here. Make the most of it. You only have one first day at Hogwarts. Now, in light of your unique situation, joining us as a 5th year, you'll need to catch up with your classmates and not fall behind. Especially as you'll be expected to complete your OWLs at the end of the year.
OWLs? Owls?
Yes, your ordinary wizarding level exams. They will determine what type of career you can have when you leave here. After much discussion with the headmaster and the Department of Magical Education at the Ministry, we've devised something extraordinary to ensure your success.
Why do people always have to blow up my phone when I'm recording? We're not dealing with that. Right now, we are recording. I'll message them later.
What is it?
It is a wizard's field guide. It will help you to keep track of what you are learning so that you master all that's expected of a 5th year. You would be wise to take full advantage of this exceptionally valuable resource.
Thank you, Professor, but what do you mean it will keep track of what I'm learning?
Perhaps seeing it in action will answer any questions you may have. Walk with me and we shall put it to the test.
Very well.
This way. I certainly would have appreciated something like the field guide when I was a student. Using the guide will also train you to be alert to your surroundings. The guide will give you opportunities to practice your magic and educate yourself about wizarding lore. Do keep up! Why don't you cast Revelio on that statue and see what details the field guide can provide?
Revelio.
The statue depicts the Kelpie, a shape-shifting water demon native to Ireland and Great Britain, which usually takes the form of a long-maned horse. The largest Kelpie ever reported is the Loch Ness Monster in Scotland. Use a lot of Field Guide Challenge. Your progress towards completing challenges appears here. Field Guide Challenges are the only way to acquire experience points or experience. Yeah, this guide is key to progressing through the game. Show Wisdom level XP and for challenges increases your level and power. Your field guide tracks your current challenge progress. Select the challenge menu to continue. So, every enemy you fight and different things that you do around the castle, finding those notes by using Revelio will get me experience and level me up. I'm just going to stick to the main quest path for the most part and only do these field guide bits when I need to reach a level milestone to continue the story. Because at the moment, there are certain upgrades you want to get as early as possible to make your time easier as possible. And you also get rewards. Each challenge is tiers. Special rewards unlock each tier you complete, from appearances to critical upgrades. Rewards must be collected from the challenges menu. Come back often to collect rewards you've unlocked. So, you unlock cosmetics and other things, which is really cool. And one thing that you can do is, you know, I could equip these. So I've got some glasses now. I can equip these gloves. Could equip this. Equip the scarf, which is fun, you know. But there's also something else I could do. And that's because I got the special edition pre-order. Which means basically I could change the appearance of my items to the dark arts, which actually looks really snazzy, which I'm going to do right now. Of course. It's supposed to be no glasses on, but I will have my skull mask, of course. And I will pull out my good hat. But it won't be available because I've toggled my hood on. But it basically is the same as my robe, but a headpiece. But I like having the hood up here and there. Adds a bit more of a mysterious vibe to my character, you know?
Clever, isn't it? Keep your eyes open for more opportunities like that, inside and outside of the castle.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, good timing. Perfect opportunity to show you how to use blue flames to get around a bit quicker.
Nice.
Your field guide contains a map of the castle. Open it up and find Central Hall.
Okay, so M's open the map. This is essentially your fast travel. Hogwarts is divided into two main areas. The left side of the map is where students and professors live and includes the house common rooms and the Great Hall. So the Grand Staircase region to begin. In this view, you can see the blue flames available in the region. Green blue flames represent flames you discovered, including your own house common room. Grey blue flames reveal the location of undiscovered flames. The right side of the map is where you'll find academic points of interest, including the Astronomy Tower, Library, and Greenhouses. Select the Library Annex. Professor Weasley has unlocked the Central Blue Flames Hall for you. Use A and D to rotate the map. Fast travel is Central Hall Blue Flame with space, or you can click it. Either way. They both do pretty much the same thing, and just making sure we are going, yes. Very good. Had to make sure everything was definitely working, because I did try and record when I started up the game, and my camera was just being unresponsive for some weird reason.
And here we are. Quite the time saver. These stairs lead directly to Central Hall.
Mm-hmm.
You can get almost anywhere in the castle quickly from Central Hall.
As for filling out the field guide, I will
Something
get to that
happening here.
eventually.
It's the heart of the hive, our King's Cross station, so to speak. That should be all for now. You'll be expected to attend both Charms and Defense Against the Dark Arts classes today. And I'd like to be sure you get to Hogsmeade as soon as possible to replace the supplies you lost on the way here.
Can you tell me more about Charms class?
What will I learn in Charms class?
Exactly what you might expect. Spells, charms, jinxes, all terribly useful. I think you will enjoy Professor Ronan. He's a clever and entertaining wizard, and a talented teacher.
What exactly is Defense Against the Dark Arts?
Can you tell me more about the Defense Against the Dark Arts class?
Defense against the dark arts, as the name implies, focuses on how to defend oneself against the evils that lurk beyond these walls. A mastery of defense against the dark arts is required for those who aspire to become auras. Fortunately, we are lucky to have the ever-gifted Professor Heckert in charge of our students' education in that regard.
Then what's Hogsmeade?
You mentioned Hogsmeade, Professor.
Hogsmeade is the only all-wizarding village in Britain and is home to an array of shops and pubs. You should be able to find all of the school supplies you require in Hogsmeade. You will also, I imagine, enjoy many a butterbeer there with friends in due course.
Thank you.
Thank you, Professor Weasley.
A lot to absorb on your first day, and you have much to learn. Happily, your professors have agreed to create additional assignments for you outside of class. You'll be up to speed in no time. Judging by your adept use of Revelio earlier, I'd say Professor Fig succeeded in at least showing you the basics.
He did, Professor.
He's been terribly vague as to the events preceding your arrival, specifically about what happened after that awful dragon attack. My suspicion is that there's more to the story than a search for belongings and an extended trip up to the castle.
I'm afraid there isn't.
I'm sorry, Professor, but I'm afraid that's all there is to it.
Almost precisely what Professor Fig said. Speak of the devil, Professor Fig. Your ears must have been burning.
Oh?
Yes. You seem to have provided our new fifth year with a solid foundation in the basics of spellcasting.
Ah, I'm afraid I can't take all the credit there, Professor. They've a rare aptitude for magic, it seems.
Well, I'm just glad you both arrived in one piece. Perfectly good boats and carriages to Hogwarts, and you chose to fly in the path of a dragon.
I wouldn't say I chose the dragon's path, Professor. Rather unfortunately, it would seem that it chose us.
Very well. Enough chit-chat. I need to get to class myself. Might
Very
I
well.
rely on you, Professor Fig, to explain the details of the field guide's map?
Of course.
Thank you. Good luck today. And
Thank you.
remember to use your field guide. It will be invaluable to you.
I see.
And invaluable to me, as I'll be using it to keep up to date on your progress.
Yes, Professor.
Come and find me in my classroom after you've attended both classes today, and I'll explain more about those assignments I mentioned. And we'll see if we can't get you to Hogsmeade for those supplies.
Okay. So, Professor, what now?
It's good to see you, Professor.
And you. I was hoping our paths would cross today, before you immersed yourself in studies. Did I hear you masterfully evade Professor Weasley's interrogation regarding our late arrival?
You did, sir.
I did my best, but I'm fairly certain she suspects that we're not being entirely forthcoming.
Yes, well, Professor Weasley is a brilliant and astute witch. It was right to keep the details to yourself for now. We don't know where this path we've embarked upon will lead. It may require a bit more flexibility with your time than she would approve of. And she may feel obliged to share details with the headmaster that would be better left between us.
Understood, Professor.
Good. Now, as capable as you are, I believe the ability you possess obliges you to be well trained. Happily, you have the benefit of an exceptionally skilled team of witches and wizards to guide you. Speaking
Good.
of guides, and so that I may avoid another not-so-subtle reproof from Professor Weasley, why don't I show you the clever enchantment we included in the field guide's map? Unfold it and have a look.
Very well. New quest available. You can track available quests from the map and to open the map. This represents main quest. Completing main quest will further the story, unlocking new features and grant XP. Some quests are locked by a spell and or level requirement. In these cases, you will need the required level and or have the required spell to activate the quest. These spells can be earned by completing professor assignments or as quest rewards. Track a quest with that to continue. Now I could go for Accio or Levioso. Doesn't really matter which one I go for. But I will go with Accio first in this instance.
The map is enchanted to help you find your way.
This will be incredibly helpful. Thank you.
Now, sounds like you've quite a day ahead, what with classes and a trip to Hogsmeade for supplies, including your own wand. You'll enjoy Mr. Ollivander. He's an exceptional craftsman and a good friend. I shall reach out when I have more information about our mysterious locket. For
Very
now,
well.
focus on your classes and pay attention. More than your owls may hinge on the magic you are able to master within these walls.
I see. Now, there is also a side quest that can be found around here. And that's this. This is one of many quests around the game that are side quests, and generally I would stick to the main quest, but
Revelio. Lumos.
hello there.
Hello. I don't believe we've met.
Oh, hello. I'm Lenora. Pardon me if I seem a little distracted at the moment. Everyone thinks I'm utterly balmy. Samantha thinks I'm potty. But it's this painting. I never noticed it before. If I know Hogwarts, and I do, an empty frame doesn't appear for no reason. There's something more to this.
Have you learned anything about it?
Have you gained any insights about the painting since you've been studying it?
I did discover that casting Lumos has an effect of some kind. But I'm not sure what to do next.
Are there other paintings like this here?
Are there any other empty paintings like this around the school?
Yes, a few. This entire place is somewhat of a riddle, to be honest. If I can work out the riddle of this one, I'll know what to do with all of them. As good a place as any to begin.
Okay.
If I have the time, I may look. Could be intriguing.
I've been racking my brains long enough. I hope you'll have better luck than I have.
Okay. So if you activate Lumos, you'll get a picture,
Must be a clue. I should
and
look
then
them
you
up
just
in
need
case
to
it's
find
nearby.
that location. I believe it's down this end though. Ah, they actually have the location for it on the...
This looks like
Mini
the
map,
location
though.
from the painting. Let's get you back to your frame, little moth.
So, because this is right here, I'm doing this. I'm not doing all of them right now. Because like I said, I want to get mostly on with the main story.
I should tell
But
Lenora that I solved the puzzle of that empty frame.
I also do need to gain experience along the way, so if it's available right then and there, why not? What's the harm in it?
Lenora, I solved the mystery of that painting.
You did? How?
I'm afraid I can't tell you, Lenora.
Surely you jest.
Nope. I'm not.
You should have worked it out on your own.
You have nerve. Especially since I'm the one who told you about it in the first place. Imagine solving a riddle that I mentioned and then not telling me the answer. Practically competing with Imelda to see who's a more infuriating know-it-all.
Okay. So, let's get on with the actual main quest then. Should I go with... You know what? I'm going to do Defense Against Dark Arts first, actually. There's a reason for that. Let's wait for the area to load. Always grab the festival point while we're there. It's going to be important for getting around. Okay, quest begin, shall we?
Is that all you've got?
Perhaps you'd be good enough to blast each other to pieces on your own time. I get new students every year, but I only have one Hebridean black skull. It was a token from the Great Poacher Raid of 1878. No doubt you've heard of it. Now, you may be asking yourself how an old woman like me single-handedly took out the largest poacher ring in eastern Wales and lived to boast about it. Knowledge. To the wise, age matters very little. Today we will review a spell that has saved me from death at the hands of dark wizards more times than I care to remember. Levioso.
Levioso? A levitation charm?
Levioso! A surprised opponent is a weak opponent. Care to defend yourself, Master Pruitt? No? One thing I've learned as an unspeakable is the value of simplicity, especially in the heat of battle. Now, let's practice what we've just learned, starting with something small.
Okay. Let's get this spell. Boom, Levioso. Very nice to have.
Levioso.
Now, let's try something a little larger.
Very well.
Let us begin with the basic cast. See how the dummy deflected your cast? This time, cast Levioso first, then the basic cast. Remember, a surprised opponent is a weak opponent, as Master Pruitt so artfully helped me demonstrate earlier.
Levioso.
Good. Now, well done.
Aha.
Very good, but the best way to practice is by dueling. We'll start with you two. Duelists, take your marks.
Time for a proper Hogwarts welcome.
Now, I want a fair duel, using only Levioso, basic cast, and Protego. You may begin.
Very well.
Levioso.
This should be easy.
Protego. Levioso. Stupid Protego. Levioso, see? This can't be your first duel. Let's just say
Well, all of my students are this adept.
stupid one. Levioso.
I do enjoy lively duels. Try to
Aha.
anticipate your opponent's next move.
Not bad for a beginner. You give as good as you get.
Easy.
I put you on the spot, and you rose to the challenge. Points to Slytherin.
Thank you, Professor Hecat. Glad to have the opportunity to practice.
If what I've seen today is any indication, we can expect great things from you. I demand excellence from my students. They are capable of achieving it, and they must achieve it. A classroom duel is one thing, but battling dark wizards, or as ever more likely, goblins, is a different kettle of Grindylows entirely.
Understood, Professor.
So, I'd advise you to keep practicing whenever you can. Perhaps Mr. Sallow will have some ideas for you. Again, well done today. I shall reach out soon with additional assignments.
Pardon me.
Right, that's enough spectacle for one day. Class is dismissed.
I'd hate to face Professor Hecat in a duel.
If you know the right spells, it's dark wizards that'll fear you, not the other way around.
I see.
Oh, I'm not much for dueling. I prefer to keep things friendly.
You drilled Sebastian. He's strong competition. Well done.
Yeah.
Nice work.
Huh. Always thought Levioso was for first years. Not anymore.
I enjoyed that.
Well, that duel was quite something. Everyone will be talking about it.
It was certainly good practice.
Practice? Felt more like I was dueling an expert.
You
Didn't
was.
expect a new student to be so deft with a wand. Then again, perhaps this wasn't your first duel.
In fact, it was. Perhaps I have a knack for it.
Be coy if you like, but I know better. Magic requires intention and talent. You know, you might be a perfect fit for a certain exclusive, unsanctioned dueling organization.
Interesting.
Exclusive and unsanctioned.
Count me in.
Excellent. Knew I was right about you. If you want to get the most out of your time at Hogwarts, you're going to need to break the rules now and then. Whether it's joining a secret dueling club, or sneaking into the restricted section of the library, you just have to be clever enough not to get caught.
Thank you, Sebastian. I'll keep that in mind.
Good. Pleasure chatting with you. I'm sure I'll see you soon. Perhaps somewhere unsanctioned? We'll see if your performance today was sheer luck or actual skill. Look for Luke and Brattleby near the clock tower entrance. If you're interested.
Maybe.
Till next time.
So, that's that quest taken care of. Next, I shall deal with the Charms class. Actually, no. We'll do this first. I don't exactly have anywhere closer, do I? No, I don't. So I'm going to have to run there, but it is what it is. That's fine by me. Now, the dueling club is actually pretty difficult. Because the way combat is, the first one isn't as bad. When you get into like the second and third round, it can get pretty ridiculous on hard mode. Because the problem is you'll be using spells like Levioso to levitate your opponent. When you hit an opponent, you knock them back. If a character has a different type of shield, for example a different colour, you may knock the enemy behind their teammate, so they automatically block the attacks and then retaliate back at you. Which is really annoying. And, while I'm here, why not? Okay.
Can I help you?
Yes, I believe you can.
Sebastian told me to see you about a club.
If Sebastian vouches for you, that's all I need to know. I coordinate duels for crossed wands. A dueling club of sorts. It's invitation only, so you must have really impressed Sebastian.
I did take him down a peg.
I seem to have a knack for dueling.
Then you've come to the right place.
How does cross wands work exactly?
You show up, I match you with other duelists, and whoever is still standing in the end wins. It's our way of determining the school's greatest duelist once and for all. And to liven things up, the winner is awarded a prize. Interested?
Sure.
Of course. Dueling's an entertaining pastime.
I agree. Besides, in crossed ones, you can duel with a partner if you like. Your first time I'll pair you with Sebastian. Next time, you'll need to bring a partner along, or duel alone. So, care to step into the
Very
ring?
well. I'm ready.
Get me in the ring.
Spectacular! Let the fireworks begin!
We'll make you regret signing up.
Is that right? Very well then. So break for yellow, she uses control spells that levitation spell Levioso. Target lock lets you track enemies. Easy. Take that. But yeah, it literally does get more difficult the further we get in, though.
About you. There's strong competition ahead, but keep this up and you could be the next school champion.
Brilliant. Count me in.
Indeed.
I shall. Now, it takes time to organise these duels, but check with me later. I may have something lined up for you. Again, congratulations on your first Crossed Ones victory. Well fought.
Thank you.
Hope to see you back here again.
Yeah, it would be nice. Very nice. Got me a few levels. Right. I can apparently speak to this person that I beat. Why not?
Just wait till I've grown a bit, then we'll see how well you do.
Uh-huh.
I feel sorry for your next opponent.
You look a bit angry. Are you upset that you lost? That is a shame. But you know what they say? Get good. Now then. Moving on to the next set of affairs. We'll get our next spell. Because we can. Levioso. Not Leviosa. She's a nightmare, honestly. More fast travel points. B-D-D, B-D-D, B-D-D-D. I may try to 100% this game, you know. Do every single quest, every single location. We will see. Wait a minute. There we go. Now I don't mind so much. To move along.
Here, behind you. There is an open seat here.
Thank you.
Hello, I am Nettie. So you are the new student. Have you met Professor Ronan yet?
Shall we begin? Welcome to year 5 of charms. Now, this will be a crucial year in your education on the art of charm work. But I am confident that we will take hold with the passion and rigor requisite of such a challenge. Right, now, everyone, please open your textbooks to page 517. But before we begin, can anyone here tell me the difference between the incantations of the color change and growth charms? Anyone? Anyone? Hmm? I am afraid it is too late to study now. My, the summer months must have really taken a toll on you all. By the looks of it, you all spent your holidays practicing Obliviate on
He's
one another.
very cheerful.
Do you even remember how to perform a basic summoning charm? Well, it seems that we are in dire need of review. Everyone get into pairs and take positions on opposite sides of the classroom. Now let's put
Very
those
well.
textbooks to use as the blunt objects you so believe they are, and take turns summoning them out of one another's hands. Only one book will be needed per partnership, Miss Dale. Thank you. Get into place now.
Very well. Hey, let's go. Quick and easy, quick and simple. Come here. Get over here.
That is not bad.
You are a swift learner. I see a lot of potential, but remember, potential is nothing without practice. Keep at it. You might just rival Miss Onai here. Very good, everyone. That's enough of that. Well, as you all seem to have the basics down, and it is an exceptionally lovely day, I was thinking that we might have ourselves a little excursion outside for a spot of fresh air. After me.
Nice.
I've always found that fun goes hand in hand with mastery, as I'm sure the Quidditch players amongst us would agree. So, what better than a bit of sport to put our prowess with the summoning charm to the test, right?
Sounds good.
So why don't we have our newest student start us off?
Okay.
Very simply, cast Accio on one of the spheres and relinquish your charm at the last possible moment. Now here, think of this like got excellent control there.
Kaboom.
Very good. Don't lose your
Couldn't really see because he was in the way, but oh well.
That's it. Not to worry.
Doesn't really matter.
Very good. Points to Slytherin. But there's certainly no sport in playing without some friendly competition. Miss Onai, would you care to give our new student a bit of a challenge? Come on up.
Now it gets more fun.
You'll be the blues just as before, and Miss Onai, you are playing red. Clear?
Very well.
Yes, sir.
Let us see this.
Okay.
There we go.
Accio.
Damn it.
Splendid!
Here we go. Phew.
Push it off. There we go. Very nice.
Well played.
Indeed.
Be sharp. That is how it's done.
Ah,
Stay focused.
I still won anyway. Would have been nice if I got the 150 like I did last time, but it is what it is.
Let us make this a bit more interesting, shall we?
Sounds good to me.
I think we are well past interesting at this point.
I believe so.
Enough chatter. Focus now. You will need it. This round settles it all.
Is that right? Okay, I ain't gonna lose.
Very good.
Okay.
Be sharp. There we go.
I can't really see. Okay. Blocking my view. I don't appreciate it.
That is how it's done.
Yee, come on, come on. There we go. Very nice. Victory is mine. Oh yeah.
Very good, both of you. Well done.
Oh yeah. Look at that. First time. First time. Let's go. Gotta love to see it.
Class is dismissed. Gather your things on the way out.
Good game back there. I must admit,
It was a
think I
good game indeed.
underestimated you. Took me weeks to become proficient with Accio. Took weeks for me to get anything right when I transferred here. It gets easier, I promise.
I'm glad you understand.
That's good to hear. It's a lot to take in all at once.
To put it lightly, I remember how I felt when I first arrived. I transferred here from Wagadu just before my 4th year. My mother received an offer to teach divination here. Before I knew it, we had left Uganda and were halfway around the world at a new school in a new country.
Okay, how big is I don't want to try and pronounce it because I'll butcher it.
Is Wagadu much bigger
Wagadu.
than Hogwarts?
Wagadu School of Magic is the largest wizarding school in the world. So yes, bigger than Hogwarts. But it never seemed intimidating or overwhelming to me. It always felt like home.
What does Wagadu look like?
Is Wagadu a castle like Hogwarts?
Its address is Mountains of the Moon. It is not so much a castle as a beautiful edifice carved out of the mountainside.
I see.
I remember the first time I saw it, the mist was so thick I could hardly make out anything at all. And then it just materialized before me, this enormous school that seemed to be floating in midair.
Oh, nice. Is magic the same as Wagadu?
This may seem an odd question, but is magic the same there as it is here?
Mostly, yes. But I did have to learn how to use a wand when I arrived here. Hardly anyone at Wagadu uses one.
That's incredible.
You can cast spells without a wand.
Oh, yes. I find wandless magic to be much more instinctive. Not to mention quite convenient if one is without their wand. I must admit, however, that I am growing quite fond of using a wand. It seems very dramatic.
Thank you for telling me about Wagadu.
It's nice to learn about another wizarding school.
Thank you for asking. I do miss Wagadu, but I am glad to be here at Hogwarts. Ah, I think Professor Ronan wants to talk to you. Better not keep him waiting. Until next time.
Very well.
Of course, you can use Accio on humans, if you're so inclined.
Well, you'd be using it on clothing, to be precise, Sebastian. You know it won't work on humans.
After my brother learned the summoning charm, it was constant Accio this, Accio that. Cutlery flying everywhere. Quite unsafe, really.
A word, if you would.
Professor Ronan reminds me of my grandfather. Loads of wisdom, but a bit mad.
Look a little bit like Harry Potter. Okay. They made a kid look like Harry.
You wanted to speak with me, Professor?
I did. I trust your first charms lesson lived up to expectation?
Well, an outdoor competition wasn't exactly the lesson I was expecting, sir.
What charm is there in the expected?
Agreed.
You did well, managing to best as gifted a student as Miss Onai.
Thank you, Professor. I enjoyed the match.
Miss Onai is always a fierce competitor, though I sense that she is a bit distracted of late.
I see.
Now, Professor Weasley has asked that your professors give you instruction outside of the ordinary curriculum. Expect to hear from me soon regarding a special assignment that I am preparing for you.
Very well. Okay.
Hello there. You're the new student, aren't you?
Yes.
Hello. You wanted to speak to me?
Samantha Dale. I've been eager to meet you. You're the student everyone's been whispering about. Hope your first day's going well. You certainly seem to hold your own in charms.
What's kind of you to say?
I've been fortunate. Beginner's luck.
My brother William would tell you not to be so humble and to trust your abilities. Then again, he tends to be overconfident in his. Well, better see to my charms homework. I'm afraid I can't count on beginner's luck to impress Professor Ronan.
So I don't know whether they're supposed to actually have a quest for me at some point, because I don't know whether the dialogue matters for them. It's just weird how they speak to you, but then don't give you a quest. Almost as if they were supposed to or something. But, I think we will call it here. We've gotten quite a bit done. We got 2 classes. We did the Defense Against the Dark Arts. We did the Charms class. And we got a little bit of an introduction to the field guide and everything like that. If you did find today's video entertaining, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Thank you very much, guys, for watching. Hope you have a wonderful day. Peace.